times when we see this flooding of the Ohio River, we see the dirty, murky water. It's quite the sight to see, but it becomes this. I have a prop here today. This is our drinking water, and with me I have Chana from Louisville Water. So this almost looks like magic compared to the muddy water that we see right from the Ohio River.
Right.
Before we talk about this, tell me, how are your workers getting to work right now in all this flooding?
Right. Our pumping station, which sits right on the river at Zorn Avenue, obviously is surrounded by water right now. Looks kind of like an island sitting there. So in order to get people down there, we're actually boating them in. So thank you to Louisville Metro Fire and Rescue for helping us with that.
And that's staffed 24/7, correct? So this is a process day in and day out during this flooding.
Right. We want to make sure everything's running properly and all of that. So we are definitely taking extra precautions to make sure we have folks down there at all times.
Okay, so now the big question. People wonder how we go from what we see out here to this clear water. How does that process look different for you during all this flooding?
Well, at Louisville Water, our job is to really be monitoring this river all the time because it is our source for drinking water. So we are constantly checking out the conditions of the river. Something like this does present a little bit of a challenge, especially when you look at to your point, the murkiness of the river. We call that the turbidity of the river, so it's the clarity of the water. It takes a little extra treatment to make sure we get all of those suspended particles and things out of the water. But for us right now, it's business as usual. We're continuing to, treat about 130 million gallons of water a day for our service area and making sure that, public health stays at the top of our priority list.
And then a lot of people might think, oh my gosh, there's so much water coming into the system right now. Is this a situation where you're drinking through a fire hose, or how does that work with your systems and not being overloaded?
Right. It doesn't really affect our water treatment process at the moment. Like I said, some of the things we're doing include just having people at the pumping station, making sure that everything is running smoothly. But in general, we've had floods before, and we've definitely faced some adversity with that. But we are doing everything we can just to make sure the water keeps flowing. And as far as I know, things are going well.
And then I guess if someone did have a concern, would they see like any sediment in their water, maybe reach out to you, or that's not a concern at all right
It should
now?
not be a concern at all. Of course, anytime if you have any concerns about your water at all, you should reach out to our customer service, and we're happy to address that with you. But there should be no issues with water service or the quality of water right now.
That is the good news in
Absolutely.
all of this with the flooding that we are dealing with.
Correct.
All right, Chana from Louisville Water, thank you so much for your time here.
Thank you.